Up first. This bout, so much hype surrounding. And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. It's bombs away. Got him with a left jab. Everybody's got their eye on the champion. You have to defend that belt. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And there's an uppercut, a big uppercut, and his knees buckled that time. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? The wild one goes down. I don't care who you are when you get caught with a body shot.
1, 2, 3, 4. Are you okay?
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Let's see how the game plan changes. Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Punch, counter punch. You know, we may be in for a short fight. This fighter, an absolute animal. Look at the KO percentage. Hold on to your seats, folks. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Right uppercut can't find a home. This boxer is a real hook specialist. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Do you believe this? A second to catch our breath. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who had. There's the bell for round 3. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You can see from the record, this fighter is fantastic and is really difficult to get past. They exchange punches. Good counter punching. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Blocks that left hook. Couldn't land that jab. Hold that thought. An upset of the year, perhaps, right before our eyes. And the wild one gets dropped. Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. First up, not too many. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. Punch, counter punch. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Good counter punch. Swing and a miss with that left hook. A swing and a miss with the left hook. The champion is back for another defense. Well done with that counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. That counter shot lands. Swing and a miss with that jab. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. And that'll do it as the bulldozer goes down. And he dropped him. The perfect snipe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will... And there's the bell for round two. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Nice counter shot. You know, we may be in for a short fight. This fighter, an absolute animal. Look at the KO percentage. Hold on to your seats, folks. Nice counter shot. Won't score with that right uppercut. Beautiful counter shot. Nope, that jab not going to score. Catch and shoot. Just misses with the right uppercut. This fighter loves throwing hooks. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. He just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Missing with the hook. Defense is not an option for these two. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face. A little bit of a surprise here as the referee says we can continue. Talk about a one... Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat. And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Counter punching. That left hook missed. Every time they throw a shot, they get counters. Swing and a miss with the jab. The straight right just misses. How about that time counter? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
And there's the bell to start round 4. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it? And they're calling it there.
I was getting a little anxious there. This is a career-ending fight.
Another TKO win here, Johnny. Up first.
This bout.
What a pleasure. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. That lead uppercut, such a dangerous punch to throw, but it pays high dividends. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Insane action. These two fighters are made for one another. Those counter punches have to hurt. Good counter punch. You know, we may be in for a short fight. This fighter, an absolute animal. Look at the KO percentage. Hold on to your seats, folks. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Through the uppercut, but did not score. Just missing with the uppercut. Good counter punching. Holding nothing back here in the round. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knock. There's the bell to start round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How about that time counter shot? This boxer is a real hook specialist. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. A perfect counter shot. Looking to land the hook. Left hook just missed. This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
You can't leave.
There's the bell for round three. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? punching power. Nice counter. Oh my! Barrera has never been in this kind of trouble before. Marco Antonio Barrera is on the canvas. A big headshot and he goes down.
1, 2, 3, 4. And we continue.
They got knocked down but didn't stay down. Once again showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Good, look at his corner, look at the instruction there.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Are we about to see the legend Barrera go down? Trying to buy time. It appears that the holder right there, and Barrera is rocked. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Defense, defense.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Nice job to block that uppercut. His stamina is off the charts. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. They exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Beautiful counter shot. Swinging and miss with the hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that. Time for the 5th round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well done with that counter shot. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Catch and shoot. This could be the end. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
It's been a tough round.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Oh, and they got rocked. What a moment this is. Looks like trouble was averted.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
And he scores with the counter. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. At this point, you gotta believe he can't win him. Let's start the 6th. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Herrera might be going down. How are they still standing?
Now they've got to wake up, they've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
And at some point, the corner needs to think about stepping in here. How is this fight still continuing?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone out the...
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Did you see that? This may do it. It's all coming to an end. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing it. And there's the bell for round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Perfect counter lands. He threw a punch and just got kept. Hold it right there. Marco Antonio Barrera is dazed and confused. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Herrera might be going down. And now they're right back into the fray.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you'll get caught a lot more at the end.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Punch caught him clean. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
This is when you talk about championship.
Round 8, and we're off again. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Beautiful kick, and they got caught. How did they not go down?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Right hook won't score. Hold it right there. Oh my! Barrera has never been in this kind of trouble before. Hold it right there. Are we about to see the legend Barrera go down? Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
What? Caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! And Barrera is rocked! Down goes Barrera! It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
You're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So it's plan B time after being... Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Marco Antonio Barrera is dazed and confused. Looks like they... Did you see that? And Barrera is rocked. Disaster averted.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nice job blocking the hook. These two are the... Did you see that? Are we about to see the legend Barrera go down? Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Nope, that hook won't score. Punch, counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's it. This is the 10th. How much is left in their tank after last round?
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Nice counter shot. And this with the jab. The referee takes here, and if the fighter can't see, the fighter can't fight. The referee takes a look, and he says, let's get it on. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Swing and a miss with that hook. You'd like to see more jabs. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The judges have spoken a unanimous...